Coming up, Tzu Chi College of Technology students on the exchange trip make the final stop at Myanmar. And we look into Taiwan's aging society to see what retirement means for our senior residents. Welcome to Diet Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up, students from Hualien Tzu Chi College of Technology have arrived in Myanmar for the last part of their exchange trip, which included stop in both Singapore and Malaysia. In Myanmar, they visited care recipients in remote villages, where many experienced the first time true poverty and learned to count their blessings.
Knowing that her guests from Taiwan are coming, Kimo Tet-kyo greets everyone with a song she wrote for the occasion. Next, everyone comes together in a Tzu Chi song, and although Kimo Tet-kyo's Mandarin is less than perfect, her enthusiasm and personal story warms the hearts of everyone present.
Seeing her smile, you can't tell that she comes from a different background. It made me reflect on the fact that I don't need to be so hard on myself, but should learn from her optimism.
As the cultural exchange progresses, everyone seizes the chance to learn as much as possible. Next, the students travel to a Buddhist temple in Yangon province, where they put on a special show for the young novice monks. The students first open up with a play to get everyone's attention. Despite the language barrier, the actors' intent and emotions come through loud and clear in their performance.
The fact that they have chosen to spend their summer vacation to come here to Myanmar to help the poor is something that I think is just so great.
During their visit, the students also learn to appreciate the blessings in their life by listening to the stories of others.
The Tzu Chis here in Myanmar are really great. Although they don't have access to many resources as we do in Taiwan, but the amount they give is no less for that.
If while in Myanmar they can learn more, increase their wisdom and correct their faults when they see them, then I will be very satisfied.
Despite the language barrier, in a few days' time, the two groups are already close as family. The night before the students' departure for Taiwan, everyone gathers to celebrate the birthday of local Tzu Chi Shin Min Tu.
I hope that I will be able to follow my Tzu Chi aunts and uncles in doing Tzu Chi forever.
As everyone celebrates Shin Min Tu's birthday, new memories are made and the students' trip across Southeast Asia ends on a perfect note.
Moving to China for the past 4 years, Chengdu Tzu Chi volunteers have been using an office inside a local disabled person service center to conduct Tzu Chi's events. Recently, the volunteers happily moved into a new location in Wenjiang district. Let's take a look.
For the past 4 years, this some 99 square meter space was the home of Chengdu Tzu Chi volunteers. Today, community volunteers are packing up everything.
We will be moving to the new location in Wenjiang district, so we have been cleaning and packing for the past 2 days.
The new location in Wenjiang district is a 2-story building of more than 991 square meters. At the new location, Tzu Chi volunteers happily clean up the office from inside out, as they hope this new cultivation ground can inspire members of the public to join their ranks. The day after moving into the new location, volunteers and community residents still carry on their community recycling day at the old location and pick up recyclables around the city.
We need to practice recycling to safeguard our planet. If we don't keep this concept in our mind, our Mother Earth will be in a bad shape.
To safeguard the planet, Chengdu Tzu Chi volunteers and community residents have been practicing recycling once a week for the past 4 years. With encouragement and support from her family, Tzu Chi volunteer Qing Jian has transformed the first floor of her house into a recycling point.
We will encourage those in the community to join our ranks and practice recycling.
With the establishment of the new Tzu Chi location in Wenjiang district, Chengdu Tzu Chi volunteers promise to continue their good work and inspire more people to walk the Tzu Chi path.
In Malaysia, we meet a devoted Tzu Chi volunteer and staff member of the Tzu Chi Monthly, Tzu Chi, who despite losing his walking ability to a tumor on his spine, remained determined in walking the Tzu Chi path.
Searching for the best angle before taking the shot, these are the moments Tzu Chi treasures.
Often when I'm shooting pictures, I will see a moving imagery that I think is my motivation to keep going.
A chance encounter in 1993 brought Joe to a Tzu Chi fundraiser, and from that moment on, he fell in love with the organization. Starting out as a media volunteer, later Joe switched to being a staff member at Malaysia's Tzu Chi Monthly publications. Using his two best skills, photography and writing, his work was featured in over 100 issues. However, in 2010, life's impermanence came knocking. A tumor was found in Joe's spine, which eventually affected his mobility. In facing this daunting life challenge, Joe remembered Master Cheng Yen's words of wisdom.
If one day I wake up and realize my body is unwell and unable to follow directions, then I should just accept it. I feel the Master's words are very helpful to me. I never thought of giving up. I just continue to feel that things will get better from here.
He never gave up on himself. Normally, people would feel sorry for themselves, but he really took the Master's words to heart, and now he's able to accept the impermanence of life.
Putting aside his illness, Joe continues to walk the Tzu Chi path, and with his determination in rehabilitation, now he is able to walk once again. Although he still has difficulty in walking, nothing matters more to him than continuing to work at Malaysia's Tzu Chi Monthly, where he's been for the past 20 years. In helping to preserve Tzu Chi's history for posterity, Tzu Chi is also writing his own sutra treasury.
Japan currently has some 6,000 nursing facilities. However, it is still not enough to accommodate all the elderly, as there is still an estimated 450,000 waiting to be placed in nursing homes. In the year of 2000, a long-term care insurance program was introduced that requires each citizen between the ages of 40 to 60 to pay 3,000 to 6,000 Japanese yen per month. When one reaches 65, the government will subsidize 90% of nursing home costs if required. However, this also means an increased burden for the government as well as families. Here's more.
運命っていうものは避けられませんけど、できるだけ心穏やかに終われるような人生が終われるように見守っていきたいと思っています。
Today is family day at this nursing home. 94-year-old Grandpa Goto happily enjoys his ice cream. Though the senior can no longer see, he still wears his glasses just like in the old days.
食べ終わった？食べ終わった。これ飲もうか。お茶。
Here visiting him is his daughter-in-law, 57-year-old Michiko Goto.
主人が来れない分代わりにやっぱり。
I am here on behalf of my husband to visit my father-in-law. He is getting old, but he is very kind and friendly.
父親に対しても優しくなれるんです。
Though long-term care insurance guarantees the elderly a worry-free retirement, it also means increased responsibility for the Japanese government and families. Besides pensions, those between 40 to 60 still needs to pay for long-term care insurance, which is a governmental insurance system to ensure seniors are well taken care of. When one reaches 65 and meets certain criteria, the government will use the taxes collected previously to pay for nursing home fees. The increased insurance cost has forced many housewives to work part-time jobs to support their families.
もうやはり私も仕事をしてますし。
I'm also working. Since my husband decided to work further away, I am not capable of looking after my father-in-law on my own. So that's why we sent him to the nursing home.
In this aging society, Grandpa Goto's family is considered fortunate to be able to move him into a nursing home. This nursing home in Shiga Prefecture has had 10 expansions over the last 3 decades. However, there are still some 600 seniors on the waiting list. The director says, despite the 6,000 nursing facilities in Japan, there are some 450,000 seniors waiting to be placed in nursing homes.
Welfare for the elderly is a very important issue for Japan. Our country guarantees a good retirement plan for each senior, so we must work towards that goal.
To ease the government's financial burden, the Prime Minister has decided to increase insurance fees for seniors above 70. Beginning in April of next year, the consumer tax will also be increased to 8%. A staff member at the Health, Labour and Welfare Ministry also suggests that it is probably best to introduce a regional care program.
今はだんだん家族がちっちゃくなってしまって、だんだんそういう
Families nowadays are smaller in size. We don't see so many big families anymore.
新しい2025年という
By 2025, we must make some changes to Japan's system. One of the changes is to promote a regional care system.
地域の中でサービスが完結するような仕組みを作っていこう。
大丈夫。ご飯も食べられてるみたい。顔色もいいよ、お父さん。
In Japan, there's a saying that encourages all to see every gathering as the only opportunity to meet in a lifetime. It is with this thought in mind that Michiko accompanies her father-in-law.
今すごく綺麗よ、お父さん。見えたらいいのにね。いい香りするわ。ちょっと匂いてみ。いい香りがするからちょっと匂いてみ。わかる？わかる？わかるような。お父さんはね、もうない。お父さん、プレゼントあげるからね。楽しみにしててね。柔らかいでしょ。赤いバラ。お父さんの人生はバラ色やった？
Regardless of the welfare system a government has in place, nothing can replace the love and companionship of our loved ones. Taiwan is only ranked second behind Japan as the country with one of the greatest populations in the world. Currently, almost 14% of our population is over 65. In some cases, 3 generations live together under the same roof, while other seniors live in nursing home communities. One day we will all age. Which way would you prefer to spend your golden years?
Having superb chess skills don't matter. It's finding enjoyment in each other's company that this extended family cares most about.
It feels good to have 3 generations living under one roof. The house is always lively. When it's just 2 elders at home, it gets too lonely and quiet.
I'm very content to be staying with my son and grandchildren. My son is great and very filial too.
Living a life of pleasure in their old age, Grandpa and Grandma Li find contentment and bliss with the passing of each day. Their son, Li Shunwen, works for a Japanese company and upon marriage decided not to move out but instead chose to live with his parents.
When we were little, we were taken care of by our parents and we roamed so wealthy land. Now that we are financially independent, I thought it would be nice to stay with my parents so that I can reciprocate their grace and look after them.
3 generations living together makes it possible for children to act on their filial duties. Yet, living environments, mother and daughter-in-law conflicts, work pressures and other factors make living under the same roof at times difficult. More often than not, even filial duties are fulfilled in turns. Transforming into a backpacker, this might be the portrait of old age for you and me. On the other hand, there are seniors who choose to leave their homes, sell their property, and move into a senior housing communities. Almost in their 90s, Grandpa and Grandma Liu spent much of their lifetime dedicated to society and their family. Now, not wanting to depend on their children, the pair have opted for a more carefree and leisurely lifestyle.
When we decided to stay here, my son told us to stay with them instead. But I feel that times have changed. With 3 generations living under the same roof, it's not that it's impossible, just inconvenient.
We don't have to look after their children, and we don't have to worry ourselves with the little matters. If we have any problems, we just let the front desk know and they will help us out.
This 50 to 100 square meter living space provides 3 meals a day and offers leisure activities and recreational sports to one's liking. Ways of thinking have evolved with time, resulting in a huge disparity between the thinking of older and younger generations. Such disconnect is referred to death with no connections in Japan.
It's not that there is no connection whatsoever, but rather human relations are changing, and so is the composition of families. This is an underlying problem which we need to consider.
The Council of Economic Planning and Development has estimated that the elderly will account for 14% of the total population by 2014, and by 2025, 1 out of every 5 people will be a senior. If this social phenomenon continues to gain traction, should we not begin to be concerned about our future?
In Indonesia, as Muslims are soon to conclude their month of fasting with the upcoming Idul Fitr festival, Tzu Chi volunteers organized a gathering to celebrate the holiday with care recipients, who not only had a chance to enjoy delicious snacks, but also received gifts prepared by the volunteers.
Early in the morning, Tzu Chi volunteers come together to decorate the venue for the celebration of the upcoming Idul Fitr festival. Care recipients are warmly welcome to attend the gathering. Idul Fitr is one of the most important festivals for Muslims. Care recipient Sunani seizes the chance to reciprocate for Tzu Chi's help over the past year by donating her bamboo coin bank.
Dari hati saya udah dibantu dari Tzu Chi.
I want to reciprocate for Tzu Chi's assistance, so I have been saving spare change from buying food. It's not much, only a few hundred rupiah, less than $1.
Volunteers also prepared gifts for care recipients to take home.
Terus kita juga memberikan kebahagiaan kepada mereka,
memberikan these gifts can bring to these care recipients the spirit of the holiday.
Enjoying the holiday atmosphere are also Thai villagers. For this monthly gathering, Tzu Chi volunteers thoughtfully prepare snacks and join in the conversation.
It's always good to attend the Tzu Chi events. If there is any other upcoming event I would like to attend, I'm not young anymore, so I will seize every opportunity to take part.
Menurut saya, ini ada acara yang paling bagus, terutama kita bisa.
This is a great event because here I can make friends with people from different backgrounds. Here everyone learns to be tolerant of different beliefs.
Regardless of religion or faith, love bonds both volunteers and care recipients together.
Next, we meet Liang Wei-han, who comes from Indonesia's Medan and has suffered elephantiasis in his left leg for almost 2 decades. With the help of Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers, Liang and his mother recently arrived at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan in hopes of receiving the treatment needed to change his life for the better.
This is Liang Wei-han, who suffers from elephantitis in his left leg. Due to the disease, Liang cannot walk properly and has to custom make all his pants and shoes. With the help of Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers, Liang and his mother arrive in Taiwan, ready to receive treatment at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital.
We saw on the internet that the doctors of Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan can help my son. We hope he can recover from his illness.
Liang Wei-han comes from Indonesia's Medan and was born with congenital lymphedema. Although the mother-son pair traveled 3 times to Singapore for treatment, nothing could be done. Luckily, this time the doctors in Taiwan were able to help.
First, we will conduct an abrasive treatment, and after that, we will plan our surgery according to his condition. We will have to discuss all this with Liang's mother first.
Just feel calm.
Why?
I think it's nothing to worry.
Knowing that he is in good hands, Liang Weihan is full of hope. He says the treatment not only will change his life for the better, but also finally give him the chance to play his favorite sport, soccer.
Also in Taiwan, we meet Lai Huijun, one of the first graduate students of the nursing program at the Tzu Chi College of Technology, now the head nurse of the Darling Tzu Chi Hospital. Lai says it was through studying at Hualien that she came to realize her mission in life.
This is the head nurse of Darling Tzu Chi Hospital, Lai Huijun, who goes to each unit to care for patients as soon as she arrives at work. Lai says she decided to become a nurse at first because she had to support her family.
I am the eldest child in my family, so I thought I should learn a useful skill.
After Lai did her internship at the hospital, she decided to enroll at the Tzu Chi College of Technology for an advanced nursing degree. Through her 2-year study, she realized that medical science is not just about curing sickness.
Nursing is not only about alleviating patients' physical illness. We also have to look into their family background.
After becoming a part of the Tzu Chi family, Lai Huijun realized that nursing is not just a job, but a lifelong dedication. With compassion in her heart, Lai promises to continue to alleviate those suffering in the years to come.
When one door closes, another will always open. It is the case for Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Hongming, who after suffering a work injury became closer to his son. And while taking care of his father at the hospital, the son was also inspired to perform magic shows for other patients.
This magic is very easy. The trick is to put the ball into my hand, then pour a bit of magic dust from my pocket, and voila, the ball has disappeared.
Here in Taiwan's Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, Chen Yiting entertains the children with his magic tricks, temporarily relieving these patients of their pain and suffering.
Originally, I came to Tzu Chi Hospital because my father was involved in a work accident and was staying at the hospital for 20-some days. As I was spending so much time here taking care of my dad, my mother suggested, since I know some magic tricks, why not entertain the children downstairs?
Among the crowd of people in the hospital's lobby is Chen Yiting's father. Though white-haired and sitting in a wheelchair, he holds a camera and records every moment.
Before, we don't have a close father-son relationship. However, because of this injury, we have spent more time together. Today, for the first time, I saw him perform, and it was really unexpected. I saw him shine, and besides being happy for him, I'm also proud of his accomplishments.
Although a workplace accident left Senior Chen with broken legs, it was also because of this event this father-son pair has rekindled their relationship and at the same time inspired the younger Chen to share his talents with others in bringing laughter and joy to their lives.
We go to Canada at the end of today's program. At this year's Surrey Fusion Festival, Tzu Chi volunteers who are participating for the 4th consecutive year designed fun activities to help their goers learn more about the Buddhist NGO. A care recipient also showed up to express his gratitude to Tzu Chi. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.